After months of procrastinating and not even looking at my camera, I stumbled upon some of the greatest news for anyone who owns an S5iix, or even for those who are still trying to decide whether or not it's the right choice. I say this because I was in your shoes not long ago when I was deciding what camera of them all would give me the best value for the money. And let me tell you that this update makes it way easier to make the right choice. So we're gonna be doing a before and after test of the two main features that were improved: the autofocus and the in-body image stabilization. We're also probably going to try the proxy workflow and the frame.io integration, or might just leave it for another video so you keep coming for more.
All right, so today it's a very exciting day. We're going to be testing the new firmware update. We're going to be testing the before and after. So I did some B-roll and some shots before doing the firmware update. I'm going to show you how to do the firmware update and what the new things are and how to use them, and if there's really any difference. And I can tell you right now that I spent months doing research before buying this camera because I wasn't sure if spending that much of money, because that's practically enough to buy a car here in my country. So I wanted to do it right. So I didn't buy it just because I did a lot of research. And one of the things that kind of had me doubtful, if that's a word in English, is the autofocus, that it was good, but it wasn't as strong as Sony's or Canon's. But with this firmware update, you'll be surprised. And let's not even talk about the image stabilization. Just let's take a look at it.
Alright, so this is before the firmware update. We are inside the house right now. It's not a perfect light, but let me open this window. Okay, so we have enough light for the autofocus to track me. Right now I'm in full area human detection autofocus, and so far I think it's doing a great job from what I'm seeing on the camera. To be honest, I cannot say that I'm disappointed with how it is right now before the update. There were some just very weird occasions where the autofocus kind of took some time to track the object I wanted it to track. But if you know what you're doing, if you know what mode to select, it was doing a pretty good job. And also, this is one of the things that almost took me off from buying this camera, that the autofocus is not as impressive as the Sony's. And that's what I experienced on those very weird moments that is not very common. But if they improve it as much as they said they did, there's just no competition for this camera.
All right, so I'm all set. I'm gonna set it up in full area human detection autofocus. There it is. And we are right now, as you can see, in the version 2.0 with the updates to the autofocus. All right, so let's test the autofocus. I'm moving. All right, let's test it. Here, it's supposed to be following me. Moving a little faster. All right, let's put my hand in front of me. It's supposed to focus on my hand. And now my face. Yes, let me turn around and walk. No, mami, yo no me voy. Yo no me voy. All right, let's see what it focuses on right now.
Yeah, papi. Yeah.
Does it focus on me, on her, on me, on her, on me, on her? Say hi. Hi. Say hi. 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 Let me see my oldest one now. Let me see. Does it focus on her, on me, on her, on me, on her, on me? Whee! Okay, so now let's test it on a different setting. I'm gonna try now face and eye to see if it doesn't get confused with my hand. Right, so now we're gonna try just face and eye. You hit display, go down, human face and eye. So let's see what it does in full area mode. All right, so let's see if I put my hand in front of me, if I put an object in front of me, like this one. Let's see what it focuses on. the object or my face. If I'm moving around and just talking and just letting you know how awesome this camera is, that's why I love it. Let's see if it somehow forgets that it needs to lock on my face. Okay, so as according to my wife, who is BTS, it's working just fine. Okay, so let's see if it focuses on her, on me, on her, on me, on her, on me. All right, now the oldest baby. Okay, all right, on her, on me, on her, on me, on her, on me. Say hi, mommy. Say hi. Hi. Okay, now las dos. Say hi. Hi. Okay. All good. Thank you. Let me see if it's recording my audio. Yes. On here, on me. All right, now we are going to try one area plus, and it's supposed to focus on the object that is closest to the camera or something like that. So let's try. So my wife is gonna pass in front of me to see if it continues lock on me or if it focuses on her instead. Yes, I'm walking like I'm talking, talking like I'm walking. Now she's gonna pass right behind me, and let's see if it still focuses on me or...
All right, so I forgot to set the SSD on, so it was recording on the SD card instead of the SSD right up there. Can you see it? Right up there. Now it's activated. Let's do it again. So we were in one area plus. Let's see what it does.
All right, so my wife is gonna pass right in front of me to see if it still locks on me or if it changes focus on her. So she's gonna pass right behind me right now. Let's see what happens. Now she's gonna come and pass right in front of me. Let's see what happens there. Okay, now let's change the setting. All right, so it seems like we were not in face and eye, it was just a plain one area plus. So now we are in face and eye. Dale. She's gonna pass right behind me. Let's see what happens, if it still focuses on me or if it changes focus on her. Now in front of me, and let's see what happens with the camera. Does it get confused? It doesn't. Let's see. Now we're gonna change it to human detection and one area plus again. So let's see what happens now. Okay, I'm supposed to be in focus now. She's gonna pass right behind me. Let's see what happens. Does it still focus on me? Hello, say hi. Now in front of me, walking like I'm talking, talking like I'm walking. All right, so now I'm gonna get a little closer to the camera to get a shallower depth of field so you can see the focus even more. All right, so now it's focused on me and the background should be a little shallow. Let me actually turn it up a little bit so I can get even closer. So she's gonna pass right behind me and let's see what the camera does. If it, well, according to what I see, it's still focused on me. So now in front of me, and let's see what happens. Okay, so it kind of detected hair, but didn't change focus. So I hope this test was enough. Now let's go ahead and test something else. All right, so now let's do the animal detection, animal body, of course, because we want to capture anything we can. And let me just see if I find one. There's one up there. Let's see if I'm able to capture it before it moves. It's a little bird. No, I don't think it's gonna be able to see it through the trees. All right, there's a pigeon up there as well. I don't have a zoom lens, so that's why it so difficult. Oh yeah, there's ducks in there. So let me ask that guy if he lets me record them. Let me just wrap this real quick. All right, so let's see. Hey, Chichi. All right, so it seems like it detects him. All right, yes, say hi. Okay, so now we're gonna test the face and eye. I'm sorry, the eye detection. Let's see if it gets his face. Yes, it does. Oh my God. So incredible. And it even recognizes that the kid is in front of him and it still locks on him. Impressive. There you go. They're right there. Let's hope they don't get scared. They're right there.
right there. I think I'm getting them. Let's see if it recognizes them. It hasn't so far. Okay, okay. I saw a blink there. So it seems like it did. Come on. It did like for a second and then it stopped. That's a pigeon, bro. There you go. I think it should capture it, but this distance is more than enough. But it's coming towards me. It doesn't for some reason. All right, so whenever I say it's not detecting it, it's not recognizing it, it's not whatever, what I mean is that this little box, I'm gonna try to record it now, that shows on the screen that lets you know what the camera is tracking and that it's in focus, wasn't showing up. I didn't have the way to record the camera there to record the LCD so you guys could see, but I wasn't seeing it, and since it was really bright because it was Sony, I couldn't see either like if it was in focus or not. But after seeing the footage, I see that it was actually detecting it. It was just not showing it to me. And you'll see later that I was just missing one button that I needed to press every time I set a new autofocus method. Okay, so now let's get back to the video. It's even looking at me. Okay, there it is. It's recognizing it. It does. There you go. And I just press set and it's tracking it. I wish you could see it on the camera. Okay, there you go. So there it is. It does work. Let me see if it recognizes the other one. Yes. There you go. There you go. It's doing it. It's doing it. Okay, I'm so happy. All right, now let's go to the cars and motorcycles. All right, so we're gonna test now the car detection. Let's go to car and full area, of course. I want to see how far it can go.
Oh, okay.
So I just hit record. Let me also increase the VND. There you go. Let's see, there comes a car. It didn't detect it. Okay, there you go. I just had to click on it for some reason for it to know what to focus on. Okay, so it recognizes that one, but not that one. Okay. Didn't. It was too fast as well. Okay, there comes another car. Okay, if you click on it, it tells you, but if you don't, it doesn't. You see? Like if I click on it, it lets me know it's focusing on it. There you go, it did it perfect. I just don't understand why you have to click on it. Maybe it's a setting I need to change or something like that. There comes a motorcycle. Let's see if it, in car, it doesn't recognize motorcycles. It doesn't, just cars. You can see even that one, even though it's really far. Now let's go ahead and change it to motorcycles. And let's wait for one. Okay, let's see if it recognizes cars. It doesn't. In this mode, there's a motorcycle right there. Okay, so let's see if it recognizes. Yes. Okay, so it's recognizing them. Oh, I just had to hit set, I think. Yeah, there you go. I just had to hit set. It's recognizing the motorcycle just fine. You can see, let's do some B-roll here. So now let's go ahead and go back to car and we're gonna hit set. And now it's supposed to be tracking cars. There you go. You see that one all the way there? I'm zooming in and it recognizes it. There comes another one. Oh, it did it perfect. Holy jeez. Okay, there comes another one right there. It does. It did. Yeah. I'm so happy. Okay, there comes another one, the last test. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So it's working perfect. All right, so now we're gonna be testing the different type of stabilizations. Operation mode, that's always on, is just the regular one. And first, without anything, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so now it's off. Let me make sure I have the right autofocus set. And okay, so it got them. Let's see my daughter. Okay, now I turn to my youngest one. Oldest one comes in. I'm just moving with them. Okay, and now we have the E-stabilization off. So we're gonna turn it on standard, which is what we had before the update. So let's see what happens.
So this is the vlogging test with E-stabilization on. Walking like I'm talking, walking like I'm vlogging. E-stabilization on. Let's see if you see any difference.
Okay, so now I'm just walking with E on. E-stabilization, just walking naturally. She jumped. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna do the high stabilization, which is the new one, and let's see what happens. Image stabilization high. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm walking. This is the newest version of the stabilization. Emma, camina para acá, mami. Camina para acá, mami. There you go. Okay, just panning around. She's running in the woods. Okay, I'm walking a little bit faster. All right, there she comes, okay. And at last, we're gonna test the high with boost on and see what happens. Everything on high, everything on. Let's see what happens. Just a quick pan around. Okay, mi amor. Y levanta. Baja. Y levanta. Eso. Hagan ejercicio ahí, hagan ejercicio. Okay. There you go. Okay. All right, so I think that's more than enough. There's a lot of noise around, as you can see, but we had a really good time. When you do what you love, you just don't get enough. But everyone's tired, I'm tired. As you can see, I'm all sweat. You can see it in my hands. Let me see if it focuses in my hands there. And yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comments. And of course, subscribe. See you in the next one.
All right, so the video turned out to be a little longer than I expected. So if you're interested in seeing a walkthrough on how to do the firmware update, click on this one right here.